you doing? Duff here, walking out to my whole house solar system. We recently have passed the 1-year mark since the system was installed. It was installed at the very end of 2019, or got activated at the end of 2019. So I have more than a full year under my belt with the system. It's 48 panels, 48 320 watt panels. I think the total system capacity is, I can't remember if it's 15.2 kilowatts or 15.4. I'd have to do the math, but it's substantial. I mean, this is a big system. It costs a lot of money, and it's a big investment in my future for sure, my power future at least. So when this system was spec'd by the salesperson that I dealt with, it was spec'd with the intention of it basically being a wash as far as being able to provide what I consume. It's not supposed to produce dramatically more or less. It was spec'd to provide the amount of power that I would need based on my prior year's electric bill and based on my total consumption. So this is what they spec'd me for it. So I came into it thinking that I started off well in the winter months. In the first early winter months, the system was providing more power than I was using. It was for two reasons. With dry season in Florida, you have an abundance of sunshine. You don't have a whole lot of cloud cover, even though the days are shorter and the sun is lower in the sky, so it's not as direct. But you have a lot of sun. And my electricity usage is a lot less because I'm not using AC all the time like you are in the summer, where your AC is running almost 24/7. So based on the early results, I would say through like January through April, I thought I was on track to do as I expected to kind of even out my electricity usage. I figured I would have a surplus in the beginning, and then it might, during the summer when I'm running the AC more, I might be eating into that surplus somewhat, and then at the end of the year I hope to be breaking even more or less. When I got my first bill that included some charge for electricity usage, it might have been May, I'm not sure, I'd have to look back, but you know, after 3 or 4 months of breaking even or being slightly ahead with my production of solar power, I started to get these little bills. And those little bills got into bigger bills. I think during the worst part of summer, my electricity bill was right under $100, which is a lot less than it would be if I was just getting it all from the grid, but I still was getting electricity bills. And it became clear that my thought process that summer would be a great time to generate electricity because the sun is directly overhead. You have longer days. Even despite using more electricity for AC, I thought I would still be almost keeping up because of the more intense, more overhead sun. And it definitely was not the case. The issue in Florida is during wet season down here, you have near daily thunderstorms, which of course involve thick cloud cover for good periods of day. And unfortunately, a lot of times that happens during the middle of the day when the sun would be the most intense, so you're losing out on that production. So anyways, to make a long story short, I lost the surplus I had built up quickly, and I started getting electricity bills. Now I need to look and see on the on the electric company's website exactly what they show. I used last year, based on my smart meter, which has up and down metering, I was behind for the year roughly 5,000 kilowatt hours. So that's a pretty big miss. I'm not all that thrilled with my my solar installer that they evidently did not do a very sound calculation as far as how much I actually would need to realistically offset my electricity usage, but it is what it is. So some people may ask, hey, Duff, do you regret getting solar? You know, because it is not meeting your consumption needs. And the very quick answer is no, not at all. I'm still very glad that I got it. I could probably do some things to reduce the amount of electricity consumption that our household uses, which is substantial. Not only is the AC usage very high, we have a reverse osmosis system, a whole house osmosis system, which generates a lot of, or pulls a lot of power And of course I have a room full of 3D printers that are running a good portion of the time, so they use a lot of power as well. So yeah, I definitely have a high consumption household, and there's things I could do to tweak that, but it's fine. You know, I don't lose any sleep over it. I am still glad that we took the step to get full house solar. I just wish it was more in line with what we expected when we talked to the installers about it. Just wanted to give a very quick report card of how my system did year one. About 5,000 less than we used. That's the Cliff Notes version. And I'll see if I can throw up some numbers from the electric company website to show exactly how many kilowatt hours we used and what our exact costs were in electricity charges after getting the solar system. So that's all I have for you for now. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell, which is over there somewhere. My channel has all kinds of stuff, a lot of personal electric vehicle stuff, but once in a while, home projects, solar, automotive, 3D printing. You never really know. Chickens. Yeah, I'm talking about you girls. You never know what's going to be on there. So anyways, hope you had a great weekend. That's all I have for you for now. Until next time, Duffman out. That's how much we've used so far. That's how much they've received from the solar system. That is the difference. That's how much we've paid for.